Hello again and welcome to Pearl Magazine. Hong Kong is well known for its international conventions and exhibitions. The city recently hosted several major electronics trade shows last month. Zella Chin visited one of the most popular fairs to check out the newest technology and gadgets coming onto the market.
A body massage from a robotic arm. Bike riding in a virtual countryside. And generative AI. 3,000 exhibitors showcase new gadgets and gizmos at the Trade Development Council's Hong Kong Electronics Fair and the government-sponsored InnoX.
It draws synergy between the high-tech, especially the AI-driven technology solutions, which is applying for smart city and smart living, which is the theme of the InnoX, together with the electronics fair, which has always been very popular of a lot of consumer electronics.
These overseas buyers saw some new gadgets at the exhibition.
It was robotic things, making cocktails. There are other robotic things, doing massages, and with all interfaces with holograms, and all were very impressive.
What did you place orders for?
So we actually have placed the order for high-res audio, high-res Bluetooth headphones, spatial audio headphone, Dolby Atmos.
This exhibitor from mainland China specializes in manufacturing robotic arms. Mark Mack is a consultant for the robotics company. He is based in Hong Kong, and he says the locals are interested in robots that can be used in the service industries. And a local coffee shop brand placed an order for robotic coffee makers.
They would like to try to explore the new methodology and operation procedures of how to, renew and rebrand their coffee shops.
These automated coffee baristas are popular in China because they can sell lattes and cappuccinos 24 hours a day. This machine can even make coffee art out of your company logo. See the TVB logo.
These robotic arms are what's called collaborative robots.
For example, if they are working in this kind of motion, and if I am a worker, I'm trying to stop it, or maybe out of deliberation, I try to go inside the working area, and in this case, I could simply stop the machine like this.
Oh, I see.
So in this case, it won't hurt anyone.
So how is this different from maybe a traditional machine that's used in a factory?
For the traditional industrial machine, because they do not have a collaborative function, we need to engage so that you can't allow anyone to get into the working area.
So like a safety area.
They've met with buyers from Europe, China, Hong Kong, and Southeast Asia at this trade show. He says their revenues increased by 10% in the first 3 months of this year, compared with the same period last year.
Because after COVID-19, the business activities remain normal.
The company headquarters and research and development center are in Beijing, and the production base is in Changzhou. It's exploring setting up a production line or even overseas headquarters in the SAR.
What we're trying to do is establish an overseas headquarters so that we could manage the overseas sports together with the distributors there, so that we could have an overall marketing plan and the business development plan all over the world.
This is a Smart Hong Kong pavilion, where a lot
The
of
event organizer says the popular technology trend that's emerged in the electronics industry is
everybody talks about AI and a lot of artificial intelligence being applied to a lot of consumer electronics products.
this Shenzhen-based computer manufacturer has been attending this trade show for more than 10 years. The overseas sales director says society is entering the era of AI. And it introduced a new personal computer at this trade exhibition to run AI software.
So this is our latest AI GC station.
Okay.
It is quite, it's independently developed by our own team as well. So for this device, it's built in very powerful GPU inside. Actually, it's compatible with 4 GPU inside.
So what is it doing right now?
Right now, is capture you see our colleagues behind the screen is capture all the movement, all the gestures here to generate a digital man. So you can store in our computers. We can analyze its every movement. So it can be applied in the sports field and analyze how to improve their skills in sporting.
But how was this different from what they were doing before?
Before, you need many desktop computers to complete this task, and it takes quite a long time. On our devices, just need one, and it can be performed very soon. Just a few minutes can generate one man with all data completed.
They met with many overseas customers at this exhibition. Steven says their existing customers have increased their orders by 30% compared with last year.
The PC industry is going to a better stage with the device transition from the regular PC to the AI PC products. That's why they increase their orders. On the other hand, we broaden our new product lineups.
Its main business is to make personal computer and IT products for electronic brands. This year, the company has plans to develop its own brand in overseas markets.
Because as we enter into the AI era, we are more ambitious than ever before. Because we believe that our own brand is the key to get to the vision of to becoming an influential PC vendor in the world.
It recently established offices in Vietnam, Kenya, and Dubai, and plans to open offices in Germany and the US in the coming months.
Building up our own offices overseas can help us to have a close connection with our customers and to offer better service, have a prompt feedback from our customers. That's very important for our product development. And on the other hand, it can help us to promote our brand locally.
With customer demand for new hardware that can run AI products, the company building its own brand and developing new markets. Steven expects revenues to increase by 100% year-on-year. China's manufacturing activity expanded in March, the first time in 6 months, according to the National Bureau of Statistics. One of the trends helping the manufacturing sector to grow may be the demand for new products for the elderly.
We saw a trend of aging population, so that a lot of silver economy products are really targeting, for example, health management tools inside electronics products. And for example, automated medical pills dispenser to help the aging and also healthy aging, to let people be more user-friendly about their health management.
You can work normally with large step. Yeah.
Bob Yu manufactures a product that he thinks has a lot of market potential amongst the elderly. He has an engineering background and started a company 9 years ago that creates power-operated exoskeletons.
I think you are not work normally.
I am not walking
Not naturally.
normally. No, because
I think you're dancing.
I'm dancing. Yes. Okay.
Even you can back. You can try. Like,
I can walk
follow
back.
Me. Like,
Okay.
1, 2. Do you feel it?
Yes.
The back has
Yes,
also
yes.
support.
Something is pushing me, right?
Yeah.
Like the machine is pushing me
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Right now, 70% of his sales comes from industrial users. Bob says his device can assist users when lifting heavy items.
In a factory, young men do not want to do some hard work. But our social, we need that. So this device can solve the problem very well. They can make hard work get much easier. So the boss, okay, the young men want to use it to do hard work.
30% of sales are from customers who use the exoskeletons in their daily life. Bob says the product is suitable for the elderly.
Old men his leg is weak and even some problem with when he walk. So when he used this device, he had a very different experience. Yeah, he said, "Oh, I really can walk normally, smoothly." He's very excited. So this very encouraged us.
He says his sales has increased 3 times in the first quarter of this year compared with the same period last year. While the manufacturing sector in China has rebounded, there are still geopolitical headwinds that affect the electronics industry.
The rising costs is also one of their concerns, particularly in logistics, in all the transports, and coupled with the geopolitics, because all the macroeconomic environment and geopolitics also impact on the performance of the exports, particularly what's happening in the Middle East, and also the trade dynamics between mainland China and US. And all these things also, together with the slow recovery of the European Union, they will also impact on our Hong Kong trade community.
When we come back, marriage pressures among ethnic minorities in Hong Kong. Stay with us. Welcome back to Parole Magazine. In 2021, excluding migrant domestic helpers, there are about 300,000 ethnic minorities in Hong Kong, accounting for about 4% of the total population. In the past 5 years, according to a local organization, many ethnic minority women in Hong Kong sought assistance with their personal situations. Some were forced by their parents to return home to marry their cousins, and some were even held against their will at home. Here are their stories. After the long Easter holiday, Hina is getting up early today to send her 3-year-old son to school.
Go, go, go.
Hina is a third-generation Pakistani Hong Konger. She was born and raised in Hong Kong and has always regarded Hong Kong as her home. On the way to school, Hina practices Cantonese with her son.
呢個中文啊？一。係啦，跟住呢個一。係一。二。
We are Hong Kong people, so we have to learn Cantonese. I grew up in a Chinese environment. All the TV dramas I watch and the songs I listen to are yours.
The kindergarten Hina's son attends is downstairs from her father's house. Before going to school, they will go to her father's house so he can change into his school uniform. Although the family members are close now, when Hina was still studying for a master's degree at the University of Hong Kong, her parents tried to force her to marry her Pakistani cousin.
They have some deeply ingrained thoughts that have been there since they were young, so they're very different from us. Speaking of it, he is my cousin, but I really don't know him very well. I told my father that after I finished school, I really wanted to leave Hong Kong. Anyway, I want to leave Hong Kong and see the world. Then he started emotionally blackmailing me, saying things such as giving birth to a daughter is like this. Daughters should be buried alive, like in Pakistan, and they should not be born. I know he was very angry before saying these things, but I was so sad that he would hurt his own daughter for someone who doesn't really know.
Hina met her Moroccan husband a few years ago and got married after dating each other. But the peaceful happiness now is actually hard-won. At the time, Hina tried to leave Hong Kong for work to escape her family's forced marriage. Unexpectedly, the day before her flight, her parents came to her place and trapped her, asking her to agree to marry her cousin.
In short, it changed to the point where I was huddled up in a ball. I was so scared, but I didn't want to hurt them because they had really taken care of me for a long time, and I had no reason to treat them like this. That kind of pain is so hard to forget, and you feel that you're in a dark room. It becomes more and more oppressive. The four walls are closing in on you. It's exactly like this. You can't make a sound at all. Whatever you say is wrong.
In the end, Hina pretended to agree to get married and fled Hong Kong overnight to Zhuhai. Then one day, she received news from her family that her sister was going to marry her cousin. Hina was deeply shocked and felt so guilty that she tried to commit suicide.
I thought if I left, and I left for 2 years, they would understand, they would change. It seemed wrong. I didn't want it to be like this. At the same time, I was so heartbroken. I seemed to have thrown my sister under the bus, and I knew the man was not good.
You
90% of the students in this secondary school are ethnic minorities. According to the principal, in the past 2 decades, there have been cases where parents wanted to arrange for students to return to their hometown to get married.
I had a student whose father has always been worried. When she came to school, she was told that she should stop studying next year from Form 3 to Form 6. We told her every year that if you study hard, he will let you continue school. Until she finished Form 6, then she went to college, and her father still thought she should stop studying. So we communicated with him again.
Most of the students are from Pakistan, India, and Nepal. The principal said that when handling these cases, they must understand the cultural differences between Hong Kong and these ethnic minorities. And they must always work hard to persuade the parents that children should pursue their dreams.
Perhaps in the culture, they think that marrying relatives can strengthen family connections and support. They will have these thoughts, but we also explain to them because we found that many non-Chinese students may have special education needs. So, marrying close relatives may not be a good thing. I will also talk to them about the needs of the current society and the importance of education.
If either party is unwilling to marry, the marriage can be considered a forced marriage. Many people believe that forced marriage is related to the religion of ethnic minorities. But the chief imam of Hong Kong, Muhammad Arshad, says that this is a big misunderstanding.
Indeed, the forced marriage is not allowed in the religion of Islam. And the religion of Islam, since 1450 years, it is emphasizing all the people, the marriage should be with the mutual consult. And without consultation, without agreement, the marriage cannot be happen.
The imam says he notices that even if they are born and raised in Hong Kong, forced marriages still exist among many ethnic minorities. And very often it is because the parents have already agreed with relatives when their kids are young.
Maybe I have promised my brother, my sister, I will bring your son or your daughter to Hong Kong. Because there is no matching of education or the grown-up atmosphere, and there is no understanding. So these kind of marriages mostly become unsuccessful. And it becomes a problem for the whole family, not only for the couple.
A few months ago, he saw some local ethnic minorities who were already in a relationship in Hong Kong. But the girl was forced by her father to return to her hometown to get married. He said that at this time, he would advise the parents not to force their children.
Don't force, don't sacrifice your children for your own wishes, for the benefit of your own relatives. Let them to decide, those who spend their life.
Hina and her family are having dinner together. Hina's sister, who was forced to marry their cousin in place of Hina, is also here. Not long after she got married, she had a divorce because of the domestic violence she suffered. Now she has started a new family and has become a mother. Although the family has reconciled, Hina's father still feels regretful.
One of them refused, and then I forced the other girl to marry that person. The result was not good. I have done many things that I don't regret. But this is the only thing I will regret forever. I will never do anything like this. I had no choice at the time. It may be okay in our country, but it's wrong here.
Hina's father said he felt pressure from the villagers of his hometown, which is why he forced his daughter to get married. But now he's had a change of heart.
Some of my friends told me that their children choose partners by themselves. I said, great. Wouldn't it be better if you let them decide? Because at least when you leave this world, they will remember you as a good father.
Shalini Matani, who has always been concerned about ethnic minorities in Hong Kong, founded the Zubin Foundation about 10 years ago. In the past 5 years, she has come into contact with about 20 to 30 cases, all of whom were forced into marriage by their parents.
They use threats like, if you don't marry this person, we will take away all your siblings from school in Hong Kong, and we will take them back to another country. Sometimes the father will even say, if you do not marry this person, I'm going to divorce your mum, and I'm going to get another family in Hong Kong. So she is really held with a noose across her neck.
In 2021, there were approximately 300,000 ethnic minority residents in Hong Kong. Among them, nearly 70% of young people aged 24 or younger were born in Hong Kong. Last month, the foundation also published a study on forced marriage, interviewing 11 Pakistani and Indian women, most of whom were born and received higher education in Hong Kong.
If you ask these individuals, they will say, 我係香港人. The fact that they're Muslim or Christian or they're ethnic minorities or Chinese is irrelevant. These are Hong Kong people, mostly Hong Kong children.
Tune in next week for part 2 of this story. For now, that's our show. Join us on Pearl Magazine, same time next week. Bye for now.